Let's read a little bit about a book. Let's read a little bit about the prophet Isaiah. Remember, I told you that it was said in Isaiah that Jesus Christ was seen in the Old Testament, right? So it says here on around Isaiah 6, the transforming vision. Isaiah 6 records the prophet's vision of God. I saw also the Lord. Yet Exodus 33 and 20, John 1 and 18, and 1 John 4 and 12 state that no one has ever seen God. One answer holds that God the Father and God the Spirit are invisible, but God the Son is visible. In this line of thinking, Isaiah saw the pre-incarnated Christ exalted in heaven. Another answer claims that Isaiah merely saw the reflected glory of God and not God in his pure essence. Similar to when Moses confronted the burning bush in the wilderness, God was there. The fire was visible from a distance, but God's identity and person were only represented, not physically apparent. And then it talks about the prophet Isaiah and Judah, the prophet of Israel and Judah. That he wanted dedicated employees who will faithfully proclaim messages of judgment to people who will reject and despise you. All efforts will produce little noticeable results and will end in complete destruction. It's unlikely that a job posting like that would garner many applicants. Yet that is essentially the job to which the prophet Isaiah was called by God. Isaiah was probably closely affiliated with the royal court, given his relatively easy access to the king, Isaiah 7 and 3. But at some point in his life, the Lord in his royal splendor appeared to him in a vision, Isaiah 6, and Isaiah's life was forever changed. He was called to prophesy God's message of judgment and restoration to God's people. But God also warned him that the people would not listen, and eventually they would experience destruction. Nevertheless, Isaiah faithfully carried out his solemn and weighty task to the very end. He began prophesying a few decades before the fall of the northern kingdom of Israel and ended a few decades after this event. Isaiah's efforts were not really futile, though for his words were recorded for later generations in the book of Isaiah. Many of these prophecies foretold of the Messiah who would redeem his people from their bondage. Even Isaiah's own children bore prophetic names. Shir Jeshub, meaning a remnant shall return, and Mashallah Hazbaz, meaning swift is spoil, speedy is prey. Isaiah is the Old Testament book most quoted in the New Testament. Jesus quoted Isaiah 6, 9 through 10, which speaks of the people's callous hearts when his disciples asked why he spoke in parables rather than in direct statements. Matthew 13 through 15. Amen. So let's go back to where we were in the New Testament. We're kind of flip-flopping back and forth. We were still in the book of Matthew. Let's read a little bit more of the book of Matthew today. Okay. Jesus began to do miracles. He calls Matthew one of the 12. Matthew, the tax collector. Okay, the 12 instructed and sent forth. This is Matthew 10. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. Now the names of the 12 apostles are these: the first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the publican, James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname is Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely you have received, freely give. Provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purses, nor script for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. And into whosoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who is in it worthy, and there abide till ye go hence. And when ye come into an house, salute it, and if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves, but ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the council, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in the same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the child shall raise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. Okay. And then Matthew 10:24, it says, The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. When I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. Whoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to send peace on the earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward, and he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man reward. And whoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. Amen. And then the next chapter is chapter 11. And in here it says that when Jesus had made an end of commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence and to teach and to preach in their cities. They departed to teach and to preach. And then John the Baptist sent disciples to question Jesus at his next. Let's go down to Matthew 11 and 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavily laden, I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest upon your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And that is the end of chapter 11. Amen. And then the next one is Matthew 12, where Jesus declares himself Lord of the Sabbath. Let's take a break right there, and we'll pick that up when we come back. Thank you.